trip today. Taking base plates to the drivers in Murfreesboro. Fuel $2.39 at the pump at a BP station. Go to the pilot down the road there at the next exit. It is $2.95 a gallon. So see there, I'm not using a discount card or nothing. We got $2.39. Can't get DEF here at the pump, but you know, pickup truck fits these little BP lots. So those truck stops, man, they rob you, dude. Highway robbery.
You're watching Idiotic Ramblings with Life is Good. Come on.
Stop for fuel. Get back in the truck, and it says, check engine light, engine power reduced. So we're going to check our codes here. Fuel rail pressure. See that? So it is the Banks tuner. You see that? Fuel rail pressure. That's my Banks tuner doing that. So we're gonna clear the codes. That is about the clearing codes. That is about the 4th time that thing has done that. But so I don't know, man. It's due for an update, but yeah. All right, code's cleared. We're good to go. Ready for blast off. See you in a minute. All right, so we're back on the road. Yeah, that's the 4th or 5th time that Banks tuner has done that. So, because I don't think it's the truck. But I put that tuner on there about the time I got the truck, so I'm pretty sure it's just the tuner. And so we're good, you know what I mean? Hold on, I gotta go turn my engine brake on. Engine brake on. I wish this Chevrolet truck would automatically do that every time. I don't know why you gotta, every time you turn the truck off and crank it back up, you gotta reset everything. Turn the engine brake on, blah, blah. I think when you have a trailer hooked up, you know, it retains all the brake gain information, but the exhaust brake is still not, it still leaves it in the off position. And in my opinion, this diesel should always have the exhaust brake on until I turn it off. Because the engine brake on this thing works phenomenal. Anyway, we are going to the Loves over here in Christiana, Tennessee. Got finished with orientation, and the drivers left that morning. They left Wednesday morning. Well, let's see. They left Thursday morning to come here to Christiana to get the trailers. And we're having to wait till like noon today for the trailers to be ready. And about a couple hours after they left town, the base plates hit the mailbox. The state said, oh, it'd be 2 to 3 weeks before we get the base plates. So they gave us a temporary, and then the base plates came in. I'm like, you kidding me, right? So I could have mailed them to their homes, but who knows when they're going to go home. And it's just 2 hours up the road. This old deal needed driven. So I thought, well, I'll just take a little road trip there. Come on. A little road trip action. So we going to hand deliver these and try to get back home by 10:30 this morning, get back in the office, get back to work. So I got a driver needing a load this morning, so hopefully we get back in time before it disrupts his day-to-day operation. But anyway, a little road trip. So we'll see you guys in a moment. Okay, so yeah, anyway, what I was saying about those truck stops, that fuel price, so I just got fuel back here at that BP, which was, what was that? You guys remember? Was it $2.39 a gallon? Even with my fuel discounts through Nastic, I think I could have got it for like $2.43 at the MAPCO back there. But well, I passed the MAPCO up. The next one was like 60 miles up the road. I'll check the price of the TA here in a little while. But anyway, at the Pilot, man, it's like almost $3 a gallon, and even at the Loves, you know, it's $3.05. Or, which what gets me, you know, they buy a lot of volume, so you think they'd be cheaper based on the volume, you know, and so it's just wrong, dude, that they're doing that because you got no other choice but to take your big rig in there, because you can't get your tractor trailer into that little BP gas station. The speedways, they're cheaper. They're 20 to 30 cents a gallon cheaper than your Pilot, Flying J's, TAs. But my guys are forced to use Nastic. Well, that's the car I chose, which Nastic is a great fuel discount program. And it gets you down in that price range. Some of the speedways might be cheaper than what we get discounts with at TA, but not with a few pennies. But it makes my life easier for tracking on. Let's get the left lane because that right lane's a little rough. It makes my life easier for tracking for IFTA. So we provide the fuel card, which is a phenomenal discounts. But it just gets my goat to guys don't have fuel cards. Have to pay those outlandish prices. It's just absolutely ridiculous, Have I mentioned I love this stinking Duramax? This is one killer truck. Anyway, we haven't done idiotic ramblings from the steering wheel in a long time, so I've gotten carried away from idiotic ramblings. So we will see y'all at the wall. Just like that, base plates are delivered. Let's get out of here and go back home. It's always a pretty spot in Tennessee, going across Nickajack Lake. It's so pretty in the wintertime. There's no color anywhere, everything's just blah. Winter's so depressing. Anyway, it's been a rough trip. Holy crap, man. I've had to stop 3 times to handle work crap, Wasn't even 9 o'clock yet, and I had a carrier packet coming in, which was paper copy. I can't do it, and so the driver don't get that load. Called the broker, tried to work it out. So an insurance certificate, yeah, that might work. I do the carrier packet in an hour when I get home, which will be at 9:20 Eastern time, office hours from 9 to 5. Well, I try to work, which it doesn't work. I work from 5 in the morning until 10 o'clock at night. So it's always so stressful to leave the house. But I had to get up there, get those guys their base plates. Technically, I could have mailed them. They would have got them in 2 or 3 weeks until they went home. But it's best to have the base plate, less hassle with the DOT and various other issues, toll roads or whatever, So I'd much rather have the base plate on the trip. And need to hang around and check out the trailers, but I couldn't even do that because I got to get back home to do the carrier packet. And now we lost that deal, But I tell you, man, that's a long story I'm not even going to get into. But then try to handle the insurance check with the lease agreement on the 2 new trailers we got, because I forgot to sign the check. So I had to pull over. Look, I brought that information with me because I knew, because that was critical to have that handled today as well, so those guys could get their trailers. So I brought those documents with me. So I pulled over on the side of the road, signed that check, scanned it, and sent it back to the insurance company, because I don't want any delays on my side of them getting the trailers. So as soon as that guy gets some service, they get to a trailer and get on the road, because today is Friday. They get to a trailer and get a load booked. Be their very first load. So I'm trying to hurry and get home for that as well, so they can run MC numbers or do carrier packets, because holy crap, every driver is different. One of them runs, I'll run MC numbers or carrier packet on new brokers. And I got a driver been here 2 years. Very rarely does he find a new broker, because he knows who we're set up with, and he's got relationships, and so very rarely do I have to do a carrier packet for him. And you guys, it's usually a carrier packet involved with every load, and then this other guy that needs a carrier packet this morning, it's usually 2 with him a day, because he'll do short haul loads and try to kick them off the same day, and so it usually involves a lot of MC number running, and usually a carrier packet or 2 a day. Find those needles in a haystack can be challenging, but also that most of his now, some of them are set up already, but when you try to find those needles in a haystack, you do come across new brokers, new carriers, and it is a bit challenging. So anyway, that's all part of it, man. But it's hard to leave the house because it gets very, very stressful to leave the house. Because when you do leave the house, that's when everything hits the freaking fan. But anyway, it is what it is, right? Well, that was a 3-minute rant, wasn't it? I'm not trying to cut that down, but anyway. Yeah, I can't tell you how many times I've gotten a Northern Tool at lunchtime, what I'd like to consider lunchtime, and hit the parking lot and turn and go back, do a carrier packet or whatever. So yeah, it's a bit challenging. We're not quite to the point we need to hire help or can afford to hire help, because on our business model, we don't make a whole lot of money, because we don't do a whole lot of we don't pass a lot of that cost on to the drivers. We do, pretty real straight cut. I absorb all the insurance cost and EOD cost and operational costs, and it's just, so we're not really making a whole lot of money. On their side, it might look like we make a lot of money, but we don't, because it all goes back out. And so our income is low, and so it'd be hard to fund office staff or help with what we are making percentage-wise. So anyway, so we do the best we can, and one day we will be able to put someone on and relieve the burden and the stress. And this doesn't happen often, but when it does happen, the drivers get mad at you, and so put you in a hard spot there. But we're almost home. We'll get home and get back to work, and hopefully keep everyone happy. So it's just stressful on my side. I probably put more stress on my side than I do unnecessary. But I don't like the drivers missing a load because of my incompetence. Well, there you go, boys and girls. We are 5 miles from the house. It is straight up 10 o'clock. So technically we are 1 hour late for work. And I think that'd be okay. Just sleep in every now and then, but yeah. Lots has happened way before 9 o'clock this morning. So anyway, I think that driver that needed that carrier packet done at 8:30 this morning is probably giving up and going home. So I don't know. But anyway, we're almost back to the house. We'll be there in, like I said, 5 miles. And resume normal operations. So hopefully he can still find a load that gets him the 150 miles back home that he wants to do. And I would like to stay in Murfreesboro and check out those trailers that we're getting, because after all, I am responsible for the tires, the brakes, the wear, and the tear. So I would have liked to have pre-tripped them and documented them and laid my eyes on them. But I had to turn and burn to get back home to a carrier packet, which turned out wasn't fast enough for that broker, and the broker said forget it. So we didn't get the loan. So I could have stayed in Murfreesboro and handled it. But such is life. So maybe we can find another load for him, and because now I'll be able to do the carrier packet. If it'd been a digital copy online, it would have been no problem. But it was a paper copy. I just don't have a printer in this truck, which is why we're not full-time RVers yet, because we're just not quite set up for it. When I can do my job, all I gotta have is a cell phone, a printer, the time, you know. But this pickup truck is not equipped with a printer yet, so which is why we hardly ever leave the house. But anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed my idiotic ramblings from the wheel of the Duramax, and fun little road trip. It was a bit stressful from my side. We will see you guys on the next idiotic ramblings from the Duramax. Have a good day.